Hello, hello, it's Lori Alvarez, and guess what? We are live out at one of my newest listings here in West Covina, California. My beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We just did a fantastic price adjustment on it for $639,888. So if you haven't been out to it yet, guess who's here?
Hi, Facebook Live. How's everybody doing?
Reyna.
How you doing, Lori?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome. I'm excited for this. Very excited for this.
Thomas, first, you just said how beautiful our listing is, isn't it?
It's amazing. If you haven't taken a look at this property, it's beauty as soon as you walk in. I recommend taking a look at the property. If you're looking for something or some type of property, this is one of the premier locations, and the person to call is Lori Alvarez.
Oh,
I would recommend.
Thomas,
I would recommend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so awesome. That's why you get to be on my Facebook Live.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, everyone. So what we're going to talk a little bit today about is investing in real estate, financing, building your financial portfolio. That's what Thomas's expertise is.
Yes, it is.
And I can help you all with real estate purchases and sales.
Absolutely.
So Thomas, tell us a little bit about what your recommendations are for a youngster who wants to buy a house.
Well, being in the industry, here's what I've learned for someone that's barely starting to work. Start saving your money. Start planning for a property. Here's the things that I've seen, Lori. We get too excited about, our income may match it to purchase, but it may not be the mature date to purchase at the time. So my recommendation is savings, a lot of it. I mean, if you can save 80% of your check and live on a low standing, I would recommend it, in my opinion. And do it while you're young and not waiting too late.
Yeah.
So if you get a good job or a good career, anything or business that you have, my recommendation is keeping your debts low and saving for that one opportunity, besides having an emergency, but something to purchase a home. It's my recommendation by being in the industry.
Yeah. I mean, when you purchased, you and I had just talked a little bit about that, is the younger you are to purchase a house, the sooner you'll get it paid off.
Yes.
Even if you've moved a couple of times. That's kind of interesting because that's the way equity works with properties, right?
Yes.
Over time, instead of taking that equity out and going and buying a bunch of stuff, you instead reinvest back into your property, and you can pay your property off so much sooner.
Absolutely. You absolutely can. So if you can do it at an early age, it's even better, because as we progress in life and get older, if we look at the market now, cost of living goes up. Right? We can look at that from a standpoint, and statistics have proven that.
Yeah.
So if cost of living is going up, we have to remember sometimes buying a house later may affect us later down the road. Right. But if you're financially in a point where you can, then that's not a problem. But maybe for those who don't want multiple properties or maybe just one, lowering our liabilities is even better. Yeah. So the sooner you can purchase a home and you're in a good point financially, you can pay it off sooner, and then you can enjoy what they call pre-retirement and after your pre-retirement life, and then you can enjoy retirement as it is.
Yeah.
My recommendation as well.
Yeah, for example, with this particular property here, the family bought this property many years ago. I almost believe that it's as close to an original owner as possible, maybe the second owner on this property. And the family's had it, inherited it. Mom and dad have passed away, and now the kids have it. And the kids are put in a good position to be able to liquidate the property and everyone do some type of investment that makes sense.
Right.
And so when you make wise decisions and buy a home at a very low price, even in today's pricing,
Absolutely.
you are going to build on that opportunity to have money for future retirement, for your family in advance.
Absolutely. And and you said a good thing when it comes to family. So when you purchase a home, you have a family, it's one of the most exciting things you're going to go through. Purchasing a home, that's everyone's dream, right? Yes. You probably remember when you and your husband bought your first property, right? And so the key thing is you have to be able to be prepared for all emergencies. It can be life, it can be your car, it can be medical, anything. So along with planning and purchasing a home, my biggest belief is having a good, proper life insurance. Because people can be replaced, but an income can. Because if there's still a liability to pay, a proper life insurance has to be sufficient enough to continue life 10 years or maybe 15, 20 years after.
Yes.
My recommendation is sometimes people are not taught how. And that's okay. And I think that's a misjudgment in the industry when it comes to real estate and the financial planning industry. So having a good life insurance can actually help someone in the near future, a family, because you have kids, right? To continue life as if we know that person won't be there, but the income will be.
Yeah.
My recommendation, especially if you're purchasing a home.
Yeah.
A good one.
Life insurance is a must. I agree 110%. Eric and I have our life insurance policies, as
Good.
you're well aware.
Absolutely.
And, we've made some really wise decisions with regards to that. And doing that at a younger age is just as important
Absolutely.
as buying a home
It
at
is.
a younger age.
It really, really is.
It's putting together all of those elements as soon as possible that will set you and your family up for success.
It will.
And so you really want to step into that and explore all areas. Make sure that you're doing what's necessary to grow your wealth, because this is what it's about, right?
Absolutely.
It's 110% about growing wealth and not acquiring things.
Correct. Growing wealth. See, growing wealth is a decision that I've learned. It's only a decision away. Sometimes you may have to sacrifice some weekends, and especially as a young age, you're thinking, hey, look, I'm going to live this life right now and, probably try to work hard at it later. When if we can work now and enjoy the benefits later, I think that's mostly really, really important. And so, yes, enjoying life is important, but not struggling and trying to enjoy life you can't have both. Right. It's hard. So being prepared is so crucial. Right. And that's why you and your husband have done so well, because you're already prepared. And so buying property is fun because you get to see houses and all those things that you want. But at the same time, we have to think of the emergencies that can happen, whether it's proper planning, better insurance, and especially having a trust. Yeah. You have to have a trust, because we don't want the state to take over the property. We do not at all.
Yeah, people get so confused about that.
Yeah.
Do I have a trust? Should I have a trust? What what are all those elements?
Correct.
People have a lot of questions around that. And talking to a professional like Thomas with regards to that to help set up such items is truly beneficial. I know I sell a ton of homes that are or were in a trust.
Correct.
And, families just need to look at all the elements. Do you know that I had one property I sold that the property was 1/3 in probate?
Oh, my goodness.
3 kids inherited the house. 3 kids inherited the house. And one of them didn't have anything in order. And so that third of the house went to probate. And
oh my gosh.
Probate is so expensive.
Very expensive.
Here in the state of California.
Oh my goodness.
So not only do you need to set up your trust, but if you have siblings and then you all acquire mom and dad's houses, there's a lot of elements to take into consideration.
There is. And it's the thing to talk about, and the hardest thing with families, because the one thing that families will fight about, as much as we love each other and things like that, is money and whatever assets that they have. Right. So not only having life insurance, not only having a proper plan, but protecting all the things you work for, the property, the lifestyle for retirement, and all the debts you paid off, and transferring that wealth to the next generation. I think those legal documents are just as important, in my opinion, like a breathing. Yes. You got to have them in order, because at the end of the day, we may love each other, but once there's a dollar sign out there, it can be very dangerous. So having proper legal documentation can avoid all those problems, because it's already in writing. Yes. And that's just from what I've seen, and you've seen as well. It can be very dangerous.
And you don't want to just do it once. Like, once life changes and you grow, especially if you do it when you're young. Like Eric and I, we established our will when we were probably 28 or so, and we need to update it, right? Those are just things that should happen over time.
Absolutely.
All of that, as you acquire more things that grow your wealth, you need to make sure that you're connected with a professional that can help you protect all those elements.
Yes, absolutely.
And in the end, the most important thing is when you have everything spelled out, everyone loses the stress.
They do.
And it makes life so much easier.
A lot easier.
Especially when you're like me and you have 4 sons. You have 4 sons. They'll appreciate how much their mom and dad got their act together very quickly at a very young age because it's necessary.
It is. It's very much needed and necessary. My parents made that mistake a long time ago because we lost our house. And if someone would have taught us these concepts about not so much buying a home, but being properly prepared, I don't believe that my parents would have lost a home. You know, and having those documents in order, and we probably could have saved that a long time ago. And that's why we're making this video, because so people are well aware.
Yeah.
Like, you may see people like Lori and myself may look at, hey, they got it together, but we had to go through certain things and experiences to see that. And I'm a true life testimony of seeing it firsthand on a day-to-day basis. So these documents and being prepared early like you and Eric did, it's just amazing that people have done that. And if people haven't, I have a sense of urgency for those people that haven't, just to do it as soon as possible. Yes. And to have those things. So they won't go through what my parents went through at all. So it could be a very dangerous place, and I don't want no one to go through that at all.
Right. Life can be challenging enough, but partnering with a professional and making the right decisions makes it so much more calming.
It does.
Less stressful. It takes a lot of the confusion out of the things that need to be done when you adult, right?
Pretty much.
It's called adulting.
Yeah.
I have two sons that are 20 and 22, and they're figuring out how to adult.
I know.
Right? And you're so young too.
Of course.
But you're so just doing wonderful. Good
Thank
job,
you.
Thomas.
Thank you very much.
So Thomas, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
Wow, it's so easy to find me. I do have an office in the city of West Covina. It's not too far from the West Covina Plaza, the mall out there.
Sure.
Right off the 10 freeway. There's an office of a bunch of agents, not only experienced, but have gone through some tribulations to help the community. If you have questions about trust, like you mentioned, where could we go? You know, you can message me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram as well. My Instagram is public, but it's so easy to get in contact with me. If you want to get in contact with me, just send me a message on Facebook. If you want a free financial needs analysis, that's complimentary. We can definitely do that so in our office. And, you know, partnering up with people like Lori, there's probably a lot of good things we can do for you guys. So you can find me pretty much anywhere on Facebook. If you want to know my direct office is at, just send me a message and I can give you the address. And if anybody's interested, hey, look, we look forward to helping you as much as we can. If you're looking for this amazing property, please contact the Lori Alvarez team. I recommend so. So thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for coming out and doing this Facebook Live with me.
Sure.
My number one thing is I want everyone to be educated in all elements that grow your wealth, right? And if I can support another entrepreneur just like you, who's making it happen, and your heart is to serve and help others, then I would love to do that. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Lots of comments, questions. Do you have them? Post them below. We'll answer them the best that we can, right? And if we don't have the answer, we'll be sure to get it.
Absolutely.
And of course, you know where you can find me, right here on Facebook or Instagram. And you can just call me at 909-227-4196. And of course, don't miss out checking out our website at lorialvarez.net. We really appreciate you guys. Our family loves helping your family make your next real estate move. That is what we love doing. We love being in a relationship with you all.
Oh, of course.
That is what we love.
Yes.
So we're super, super thankful. If you know anyone that may benefit from this video, share it forward. It's totally public. You can do it. Share away. Comment down below. Tell them to, hey, tune in, check it out. And again, we thank you for tuning in. Need anything, don't hesitate. Just comment down below.